Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a number of weeks since I've put a video up. I think it was the 18th of January was the last video where I did my eBay sales for that week. There's a number of reasons. I mean, I haven't had massive sales. Like, I think I had one week where I had nothing sell, and then maybe another week where there was one item sold. I've done bugger all listings. I think I had 1 week where I took some photos and put some listings up, but I haven't done that again. I've been staying out of op shops because I don't want to just spend mindlessly. And that's really kind of like the only place I source. So, and yeah, I just needed a break. I feel like I just wanted to take a break from putting job apps in, a break from eBay. I just felt like I needed a break. I still have kind of lost a bit of motivation. However, I just had a health scare just over a week ago, nearly 2 weeks tomorrow, which has brought up some like medical bills, and it's made me think, oh my God, you know, not having a permanent job where I get sick leave, annual leave and all that. And then if something happened to me and I had to, you know, go into hospital, how am I going to, you know, pay these? I mean, I do have private hospital cover, but just the time off work to cover loss of income and all that. So it's made me think, oh, I really do need a side hustle. So, yeah, I probably need to get back into thinking how I can make a little bit of extra money again. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not really hugely motivated to do it. I haven't even sorted any of the stuff out that I said I'd sort out. I've just gone weeks with just ignoring everything. But I thought I'd jump on and do a video and just show what has sold over the last, 6, 7, however many weeks it is. As I said, it's not a huge amount. I'm not doing heaps of sales. It's like, you know, 1 or 2 a week, if that. So let's get into that. So back in at the end of January, I sold a magazine that was $19.95 free post. 2nd of Feb, I sold one of these little swap cards. That was $3 plus post. I've still got all those swap cards listed. On the 3rd of February, I sold a Winter Olympics Australia. Was that the Winter Olympics? I don't think it was winter because we've only just got the winter. No, it must have been summer. Anyway, 2024 Olympics beanie. That was a prize from 2024. So that was the last one of those Olympic prizes that I had to sell, and that sold for $24.95 free post. I think I took an offer on that though. I haven't noted down any of my offers. I'm just going by what is in my sold listing, and yeah, so some of these might have taken an offer and got a bit less. Then I sold 3 Donna Hay magazines. I have cleared out a heap of magazines. I think I said that in one of my videos. When I did my cull and, you know, got rid of stuff and I've taken down all the Donna Hay. I think those Fresh and Light mags were the only ones left that I had listed. But I've delisted a whole heap of magazines, and I've still got some to give away. But yeah, when I did my mass cull, some of the magazines were things that I took down. Next, I sold 40 of the Woolies Bricks home unopened packs. They sold, actually I had someone offer me, I think $32, and then before I could even get to respond, and I was going to take the offer, but I was at work, so I thought I'll do it when I get home, and then someone came in and just bought the whole lot for 40. I have got another lot of 40 listed, but no interest. I think you have to get in really quick with these things when they first come out, because people seem to really want to like snatch them up when they're first out. I've probably got about another 80. So I've got the 40 I've got listed, and then I think I've got, like today I've got like 28 with my shopping. So I was thinking I've got Woolies Bricks from like the supermarket series that came out and some of the other previous series. So I'm thinking I might just group everything together and just try to sell like this whole bundle of Woolies Bricks. So yeah, they sold, as I said, free because they come with your groceries. It's that promotion that's on at the moment. Next thing to sell was this Dakin monkey. I went back and forth with offers on this one. I can't remember what the final price was. I think they offered me like 50% off and I said no. I think the final might have been a 30%. I'd had it had it listed for 3 years. So I did kind of think, oh, maybe I should take the 15 because it's been sitting there for 3 years, but I did counter. Anyway, that's gone. Next item to sell was one of my personal Barbie dolls, the Sydney Opera House Barbie doll. I think that did sell for the 80 plus post. I know I've had offers and I've declined or countered or just sent offers on as people watch. Yeah, anyway, so that one sold. Next one to sell was this vintage kids book for 15 plus $9.70 post. I either paid 20 cents or 50 cents at one of the Rotary bookshops for that one. Then I sold a Blue Ribbon cookbook. That sold for $11.99 plus post. That was from my personal cookbook collection. Next to sell were a heap of the vintage swap cards, and I know I sent out offers on these, either 10 or 12% offers on all the cards, and the one person bought them. So I think the postage was still $2 because they weren't like massive, you know, very, very thin cards. Yeah, so I sold all those to the one person. Next to sell was a pack of, or 2 Dinotopia books. They've been listed for ages. I think I might have paid 10 cents or 50 cents for them each. Next to sell was a Harry Potter collectible card set, which had the 3 wands in it. That sold for $40 plus post. Or maybe I took an offer, or I sent out an offer and it sold for 36. Might have, I can't remember. I actually have another set, but it's missing 1 wand. And I was thinking of breaking it up and selling the cards individually. But then I think that set is actually almost complete except it's the 1 wand. So I might not split it up. I might just put it up and just put it slightly cheaper. Not sure. I paid $4 for that Harry Potter collection. Next to sell was the Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady. That was from like a personal collection. I was going to cut it up for paper packs for Etsy, and I thought I'll just sell the book. I've still got the Country Diary one, which I might split up because oddly enough, splitting it up into signatures and selling them on Etsy, I've made more money that way than actually selling the book as a whole. So I might still cut up that Country Diary one. I did take an offer and I can't remember what it was. And then the last item to sell, which I sent off yesterday, was the Frida Kahlo Build-A-Bear teddy bear. I think I sold it for 60 plus post. Oh no, she sent me an offer for 60 plus post. And then again, I didn't get a chance to respond to it. I was going to accept it because I just wanted it gone. And then about half an hour later, she just ended up buying it at the full price. Didn't even wait for my acceptance or counter offer or anything. That, I'll say it's free to me. It was I buy the home lotteries every year and they're like $100 a ticket. So even though it's like free to me, it was a prize. I mean, I've lost money in way of, I've spent $100 on a lottery ticket to win a bloody Build-A-Bear voucher, which is, I think was $100. I think I got a $100 voucher, or maybe it was 80. Anyway, I bought the Frida Kahlo bear and then I topped it up with an outfit or something, which I've still got somewhere in here. So yeah, that came about through a prize. And it's been listed for a few months and finally sold. So that's it. I thought I'd just, rather than, you know, go through each amount and what it is, I'll just show you what, don't update that. So yeah, I'll just put up on the screen all the sales, you know, broken down into weeks. You can see, actually, after my last video, I had that week of absolutely nothing selling. And then the following week, it was like $40. I think that was 1 sale. So that's why I thought I just haven't done videos for those 2 weeks. And then I just got into I just can't be bothered doing videos and having time to, you know, school started. I've had stuff with that. Wanting to cook more so that I'm not buying packaged processed stuff. So that's taken up time. Also, the temp job I'm doing is 9 to 5, which I hate because I hate getting home later. And then by the time I get home, I don't want to do anything. So then that means I have to do stuff on the weekends. And yeah, so anyway, I'm rambling again, which I do in my videos if you're new here. So yeah, you can see that's all my sales, which totaled from that 28, this totaled $1,201.51 with $393.42 in fees, leaving $808.09. And then, you know, from that I put money away for tax or whatnot. And so currently in my savings account is $568.80. I have not touched it, so that has been building up. So I haven't taken any money out that I've earned. I've just left it there. Whether I do that, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to just keep building it up, but yeah, there's other things going on which I'll go into in a minute. Like these unexpected expenses. So yeah, it's a public holiday in Adelaide this weekend, like a long weekend for a public holiday on Monday in Adelaide. So I was going to today and tomorrow just sort stuff out on my dining room table and get things to list. I went through my silkstones. I've listed one silkstone Barbie. There's probably another couple that I want to list. They're listed high though, so they're not going to be ones that sell like that. But if they do sell, it'll be, you know, a few $100s, which is good. So yeah, that was my plan. I've been feeling a bit off. My kids have been home. One is quite sick. He's been home for like 3 days, and the other one's now got it. We're starting to feel sick, so my husband's been sick, so it's been a week of sickness. Then I woke up this morning thinking I'm not feeling 100%, so don't know, might not get much done. Yeah, and then last night my son spilt water on his laptop, and so we're now waiting to see if his school laptop, which is we've purchased, it's not the school's laptop, it's his laptop for school, which was like $1,300 or something. I'm just waiting to see if that's going to fire up today. Otherwise, that would be another purchase. So what happened? That's my eBay side of it. Thank you for watching that. If you want to hang around and see what happened last week. So last Monday, yeah, 2 weeks ago Monday, I was on my way to work, stopped, got a coffee, and when I was standing there waiting for my coffee, I had this massive pain. I can't see, it's just under the boob area, which went all the way around my back. It was this massive crushing pain, and it felt like I needed to burp. I just thought, oh, it's indigestion if I just burp. When it came on quite strong, because I felt like when I was standing waiting for my coffee, I needed to sit down, which I didn't. I thought, no, I'll get to work, then I'll sit down. Anyway, so I got to work, but then I had to sit down outside, and I was just like doubled over. I couldn't sit up straight. It was that intense pain. Managed to get in the lift, hunched over. Some guy, you know, a guy was in the lift. He's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've either got indigestion or I'm dying of a heart attack," joking. I'm like, "No, I'll be okay. I'm just going to get up and just, you know, get to my desk and I'll be right." Anyway, so I got to my desk, and my team leader was there, and I said, "Look, I'm here, but I just need to lay on the floor for a minute because I'm really not feeling well." So then he came over, and then he was off trying to get, you know, someone, one of the first aiders. And so then I'm explaining to him, I've just got this really, really strong pain. I said, it's probably just like, I had a protein shake in the morning, which was not normally what I do. And sometimes I can feel a bit off with protein shakes, but I had a chocolate protein shake with a shot of espresso, or a double shot, because I thought, well, it's like having an iced mocha, because sometimes I just don't feel like eating breakfast really early. So I thought I'll have this protein shake, but I'd had it about an hour before. Like I'd had it about 6:30, and I got to work at about, well, probably got to the coffee shop at about 7:45, maybe 7:50, and that's when the pain came on. Anyway, so the guy that was in the lift brought someone else up from his floor, because he works at the same company, but we're split over 2 floors. And then so they came up, they're like, you know, if it's a heart attack, you don't want to not, like, maybe we should call an ambulance. And I'm like, And I mean, I was feeling hot and I was getting the sweat moustache. I didn't have any jaw pain, arm pain or jaw pain. So I'm thinking, oh, it's probably just indigestion. And the reason I thought that is because about 8 years prior, I've had exactly the same experience, except I'd eaten a salad and got back to work, and I had this crushing pain and was doubled up on the floor. And by the time they did call an ambulance, by the time the ambos came, the pain had gone, and they said, oh, it's likely a stomach spasm or something. And I remembered I didn't go to hospital that time. I ended up going to my doctor after, and then I went for an ECG just to get my heart checked down. Everything was fine. Not sure if I had high cholesterol back then. Anyway, I have high cholesterol now. It keeps going up. I'm trying to, you know, I do need to lose probably 5 to 10 kilos, ideally 5, and I've known that. And so I am trying trying not to eat crap and trying to eat better and more veg. I do need to move more. I haven't walked. I used to do a lot of walking and I don't, so I definitely need to get into walking. You know, just, I'm not going to go crazy running a marathon or doing cardio, but walking's good for your heart. And you know, so I do need to get back into that. So that's one thing that is a risk factor that I have, and that I don't exercise anymore. But I don't smoke. I don't have history. I don't have some of the other things as a risk factor for heart attack. It's just probably the high cholesterol, and that I could lose 5 kilos at least. I'd like to lose 10. Anyway, so the upshot was, it was like, oh, okay, you know, I've had this prior experience, you know, got told it's probably a stomach spasm. This feels the same from what I remember. Do I call the ambulance? So anyway, I thought, I'm 51, I've got high cholesterol, I need to lose weight. Maybe this time I should go get checked out. So that's what happened. They called the ambulance. I chose to go, like, by the time the ambos got there, again, like that, the pain had gone by the time the ambos got there, like in the other experience. But then there was something a bit odd on my ECG that they did, which they said could be just my normal, but some line is normally a little bit wavy and mine was flat. Like, not dead, not flatlining, but just, you know, not my whole ECG was flat, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Anyway, so I just thought, yeah, better to be safe than sorry, given my being 51 years old, and and that females, I think, can present differently with heart attacks than what males might get. So I thought, I'll just go. I didn't go to a private, I didn't go to public hospital. I chose to go to a private one. And I didn't think about the cost. I just thought I'll probably get in quicker to a public than going to, you know, getting quicker, be seen quicker at a private than going to a public. And I do have private health insurance, and I've got ambulance cover. So the $1,000 or whatever it's going to cost for the ambulance ride, I'll get that because I know I've got 100% hospital cover with my private. But I didn't realize how much I'd be out of pocket going private. Like, I was there a few hours. Everything came back normal. They did ECGs, they did blood tests to check tryptophan or some thing in your blood that can show if you've had something happen with your heart. I can't think what it starts with a T. So they tested that. Everything was fine. My ECG was the same the whole time. It had that weird, you know, thing. So everything was good, and I got released. I didn't have to stay overnight. I have got a referral to a cardiologist. I'm going to go have an echocardiogram this week, and then I've got a cardiologist follow-up next month, and then I guess that'll see if there's any abnormalities or anything further, like whether I need an angio or anything like that. And then I'd probably talk about whether I need to go on meds for my high cholesterol or whatnot. So I was there a few hours. Like, I was probably there from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. But the hospital admission was $616 for that day. And I think I'm out of pocket just over $400. I got a couple hundred or something back from, you know, Medicare or whatever. And then I thought, oh, okay, right, because I had an x-ray as well, had a chest x-ray. And the chest x-ray did show some inflammation up high. So he said maybe it was a reaction to the protein shake, but there was something, yeah, nothing wrong with my heart in the chest x-ray. Anyway, so this week I've had 2 other bills come in. I had the chest x-ray bill come in, so that's a $110 gap. I've had the blood work come back, and that is $230. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to get back on that. So, because I've got to pay it and then claim it. So then, yes, that's 400 plus 110 plus 200, but not knowing what I'm going to get back on that. And then the echocardiogram and the consult, they did tell me what my out of pocket would be, and it's just over 500 for both of those. So it's been like $1,000, you know, episode. And obviously I didn't go to work that day. I mean, I turned up, but I didn't get paid for that day. So that's a $200 after tax loss. So, and I was just lying there thinking, trying not to stress, but I'm lying there thinking, oh my God, if I have to go into hospital, how am I going to afford this? Like, I need to get back onto selling on eBay, or I need to come up with more money. So yeah, that's been going all through my mind. I went to my GP as a follow-up, and my blood pressure was high, and it remained high that week, which whether that was just stress from what had happened and thinking about all these things. And she's like, try not to stress. I'm like, how can I not stress? I don't have a permanent job. I'm not getting paid for time off. And now this has come up, and if I have to have any hospital, that's going to cause me more stress. So yeah, it's been on my mind about having to try to make more money again for, you know, I mean, I actually put $100 away a week for medical and dental. I know at the start of the year I have a $500 hospital excess because I get eye injections, and that's considered day surgery, so I have to pay my hospital excess. So I budget for that. I budget for my eye injections. I know how much they're going to cost every time I go. I, you know, budget for dental, but I guess, and so, you know, that's $100 worth. That's $5,200 a year. But then I still think, God, if I had something major where I was out of work for weeks, how am I going to, and then I'm like, do I have income insurance with my with my superannuation? I don't know. I've just, you know, signed up for super and I never really check it out. So all these things, I've got all these things. I need to, you know, sort that out. I need to, you know, I'm now back thinking I need to go back looking for a job, which is going to take up my time, and then all that impacts eBay and whatnot. So that was a long-winded way of saying I feel like I need to get back into eBay, but it's all the time. Like, I don't like how much time it takes when I'm also trying to do a 9-to-5 job 5 days a week. So that's it. That's where I'm at. That's my life stage at the moment. My temp is on, and I'm still contracted till June. So I've got, you know, work until June. But it is playing on my mind that, you know, being in a permanent role with benefits of annual leave and sick leave and all that, that would be preferable. So yeah. Thank you. If you happen to have stayed and listened to my health woes and that, thank you for sticking around. I'd say see you in the next one. Whether I do a video next week, I don't know. I kind of would like to get back into it, but again, it depends on the sales, and as you've seen from that, the spreadsheet that I put up, they're not going great. So we'll see. We'll see if there's another video next week. So thank you for watching. Bye.